Hello students. So today we are going to learn all about the performance of a reaction turbine. So in the earlier classes I have discussed the reaction turbine along with its working principle. Okay. Now today we need to know what is the performance parameters of a reaction turbine. Okay. Now the pure reaction turbine based on the principle of Hero was built in 1883 by Gustave de Laval. Now the turbine demonstrated by de Laval had a tip speed of near about 180 meter per second with speed of rotation near about 40 to 45,000 rpm. Now the turbine was inefficient and did not become of commercial interest. Okay. Now the impulse reaction turbines, thereafter mentioned as reaction turbines, but before it was mentioned as impulse reaction turbine, receives its driving force partly as an impulse force, okay, and partly as a reaction force. Now the turbine may be looked upon as a development of pressure compounding. So as you have a very good idea about compounding, okay. Now the fixed blades, so in the diagram you can see these are the typical schematic diagram of a reaction turbine blades. Okay, so these are the fixed blades, or you can say it is the guide blades. Okay, and these are the moving blades, means you can see these are the stator and these are the rotors. Okay, so there should not be any doubts. Okay, now the fixed blades in the pressure compounding means where we are decreasing the pressure, okay, in each and every steps and each and every stages. Okay, so as it is mentioned earlier, so that fixed blades are asymmetrical, having a decreasing area towards the exit side, resulting in expansion and increase of speed. Obviously it was been mentioned already. So in a reaction turbine, the same thing in the reaction turbine, the same thing is done with the moving blades and giving them exactly the same space as the stationary ones. So not only the absolute velocity increases in the fixed blades, but also the relative velocity will increase in the moving blades. Okay, correct, means at the outlet the relative velocity is always greater than at the inlet. Okay, now the pressure and velocity variations and the velocity diagram for one reaction stage means it will be having one moving blades and one fixed blades. Okay, although here fixed blades are acting as a nozzle. Okay, so for one reaction stage is shown in two figures. So here you can see one figure and below you can see another figure. Okay, now two figures. Now a stage constitutes, it has been written already, you can see a stage constitutes one set of fixed blades followed by one set of moving blades. Okay, so since the expansion of steam takes place in the moving blades also, then the relative velocity leaving, that is VR2, is greater than the velocity entering. Okay, now as in reaction turbine, so reaction turbine, the flow velocity, that is VA, okay, means all the parameters, all the parameters, that is VW, VF, VA, VR, all are the same as the impulse turbine. Okay, but its magnitude may differs. Okay, now in reaction turbine the flow velocity remains constant throughout the stage, as because of the shapes of the blades. Okay, so guide blades are provided over here to change the direction of the steam, and moving blades for the for gaining the revolutions. Okay, okay. So now, so as it is much more similar as the the combined velocity diagram of the impulse turbine. Okay, so I did not draw any different velocity diagrams, means velocity diagrams at entering and velocity diagram at leaving separately. I did not draw it. Okay, so before because you are having a good idea about this. Okay, about this one. So now, so as as the design aspects of fixed blade and moving blades, so as you can see, this line VF1 and VF2 both are similar and both are equal. So we can write over here that VF1, flow velocity 1 equals to flow velocity 2 equals to simply VF. Okay, and obviously this VR1 relative velocity of steam at entering is equals to the absolute velocity of steam at leaving. These are has to be equal. Okay, as because of these two. Okay, now the following expressions for work done and the diagram efficiency for impulse turbines are also applicable to reaction turbines. Okay, so in impulse turbines we did like this one, m into Vw1 plus Vw2 into Vv, where Vw1 and Vw2 are the whirl velocities. Okay, and diagram efficiency means you are very much familiar to these equations. Okay. So now, as the steam strikes the vanes, okay, so steam strikes the vane with some enthalpy, means with some heat energy in terms of enthalpy. Okay, now the enthalpy drop in a reaction turbine occurs both in the fixed as well as the moving blades. Okay, now here you will see, or here you will meet to another new term called as degree of reaction. Okay, now the term degree of reaction quantifies, so you can see in these expressions, degree of reaction quantifies the proportion of enthalpy drops occurring in the fixed blades and the moving blades, and it is defined as the ratio of enthalpy drop in the moving blade to the total enthalpy drop in the stage. So it is total enthalpy drop, not only the enthalpy drop, total enthalpy drop in the stage, okay, of any reaction turbine. Okay, so as this figure shows the mounting of two sets of blades, one is fixed and another is moving, and the enthalpy entropy diagram that I have been plotted already, this one. Okay, this diagram for the expansion process, means from the diagram we can see, or we can have a good idea that how the expansion takes place. Okay, so this is enthalpy versus entropy, means x-axis abscissa represents entropy and ordinate means y-axis represents enthalpy. Okay, so this is enthalpy versus entropy diagram. Okay, now these are the parabolic curves of pressures. So this is pressure 1, this is pressure 2, this is pressure pressure 3. Okay, so this pressure is before the striking, or before the steam strikes the blades. Okay, P1 pressure. After strikes, P2 pressure, and after steam comes and strike to the moving blades to make it move, the pressure developed is P3. As you can see, there are three pressures. Okay, and intermediates are the fixed blades and the moving blades. Okay, now, and in each and every points we will have the enthalpy. Suppose this is our point 1, So in point 1 enthalpy will be 1, in point 2 enthalpy will be 2, and at point 3 enthalpy is H3. So these are the specific enthalpies, means enthalpy is expressed in terms of kilojoule, means it is the forms of energy. Okay, as it is specific means the unit of H1 or H2 or H3 means small h is kilojoule per kg. Okay, now so enthalpy drop in moving blades. Enthalpy drop in moving blades means, so over here you can see H2 is greater than H3. That is why H2 minus H3 enthalpy drops, and the total enthalpy drop in the stage, in overall stage means so 1 to 3 means from point 1 to point 3. Okay, enthalpy drops means throughout the stage. So as the H1 is maximum and H3 is minimum, means H1 is more and H3 is less. So you can see H1 minus H3 enthalpy drops in the stage. Okay, now mathematically degree of reaction can be expressed as this. Okay, now this R is written as degree of enthalpy. Okay, now the enthalpy drop H2 minus H3 represents the increase in relative kinetic energy in the moving blade, correct? And the enthalpy drop H1 minus H3 means enthalpy drop throughout the stage. Okay, throughout the stage. So it is a measure of work output. Okay, so that is, so we can write in this way. So we can write in this way. That is H2 minus H3 is the H2 minus H3 is the, so a relative kinetic energy means increase in relative kinetic energy. So though we know that the expressions of kinetic energy is half mv square, so means half m Vr2 square minus half m Vr1 square. So as the enthalpy is expressed over here is specific, so m is 1. M is 1. Okay, and H1 minus H3 can be expressed as in okay this way. So this is our work output, means this would have been m into Vw1 plus Vw2 into Vb, so as we did in case of the impulse turbine. Okay, so m is 1 as because of the specific enthalpy. Okay, so R can be expressed as, so Vr2 square minus Vr square divided by 2 into Vw plus Vb. So Vw means, so it is the summation of Vw1. So you can see in the diagram, so Vw, look, this Vw is equals to Vw2 plus Vw1. Okay, okay, now so from the velocity triangles for a reaction turbines, from the velocity triangles of for reaction turbines, so Vr2 will be equals to Vf cos beta 2, and Vr1 will be equals to Vf cosec, sorry, it is cosec beta 2, not cos, cosec beta 2, and Vr1 will be Vf cosec beta 1. So if we apply the rules of right angle triangle, okay, so we'll have Vr2, so Vr2 by Vf is will be equals to cos beta 2, and Vr1 by Vf will be equals to cos beta 1. If you follow the triangle, you will have these expressions very easily. Okay, so there should not be any doubts, I think. And obviously this Vw will be equals to Vw1 plus Vw2. Again, if you follow the triangle, so you will have Vw1 will be equals to Vf1 cot beta 2 and Vw2 will be Vf2 cot beta 1. So as we have mentioned earlier that Vf1 equals to Vf2 equals to Vf. So we can write Vf into this one. Okay. Now substituting the above results, these results in equation number 2. In this equation, in equation number 2, so we will have these expressions. Okay, so this one is very easy, but the below stage is quite difficult for you, as so we have step 1 jump ahead already. So cosec square beta 2 equals to 1 plus cot square beta 2, or you can say cot square beta 2 plus 1, and cosec square beta 1 equals to cot square beta 1 plus 1. So you will have cot square beta 2 minus cot square beta 1. Okay, so a square minus b square you will have, so cot beta 2 plus cot beta 1 multiplied by cot beta 2 minus cot beta 1. Then both cot beta 2 plus cot beta 1 will be cancelled out at the numerator with the denominator. Okay, numerator with the okay, with the denominator, numerator with the so numerator with the denominator. This expression is found. Okay, so we will have R equals to VA by 2 into VB cot beta 2 minus cot beta 1 remaining portions after cancel out. Okay, so after this I think you don't have any queries. Now generally the total enthalpy drop in a stage generally the total enthalpy drop in a stage is equally divided between the fixed and the moving blades. Again I am repeating my words. Generally the total enthalpy drop in a stage is equally divided between the fixed and moving blades. Okay, so this stage is called 50% reaction stage. This stage is then called as 50% reaction stage. Okay, so for 50% degree of reaction, so VB will be equals to VF into cot beta 2 minus cot beta 1. Means if you put R equals to 50% in the equations, so you will have, so 50% means 0.5, 0.5 means 1 by 2, so 1 by 2 will be cancelled out, and these expressions will arise. Okay, now from velocity triangles, the blade velocity, again from velocity triangles, that is ABD triangle and ABC triangles, the blade velocities can be expressed as, so VB will be equals to VBF cot beta 2 minus cot alpha 2. Means if you follow the triangle ABD, we need to know the magnitude of AB. So AB can be expressed as EB minus EA, correct? Again I am repeating my words, EB minus EA. So EB can be written as VF cot beta 2, correct? And EA can be written as VF2 cot alpha 2. Means applying cot principle for triangle AED and triangle BED, correct? So like the same way you apply the same tricks for triangle ABC and find out VB equals to VF into this one. Okay, and comparing, so mark these equations are equation 5 and equation 6, and this equation is equation 4. Okay, now comparing 4 with 5, So if we compare 4 with 5, we'll see that alpha 1 sorry, there is a mistake. So this will be comparing. So this is comparing 4 with 6. This will be 4 with 6 comparing, and this is 4 with 5. So if you compare, so 4 with 5, you will see alpha 2 equals to beta 1. These expressions. And if you compare 6 with 4, so you will see alpha 1 equals to beta 2, means this one. So this is very easy to compare. Okay, now this shows that for a 50% reaction turbine, the fixed blades, means the stator, and the moving blades, means the rotor, are identical in shape, and that would give a symmetrical velocity diagram. Okay, now so for simple impulse turbine, this degree of freedom, means the value of R, is equal to 0, and for pure reaction turbine, the degree of freedom is equals to 1. Okay, now come to the very important topic, that the efficiency of reaction turbine blading. So we need to know the reaction of reaction turbine blading, as we did in the same way as in case of the impulse turbine. So okay, so here we need to know the expressions of efficiency of reaction turbine in terms of the rho. So what is rho? So rho is the blade speed ratio. Okay, now so consider the 50% reaction turbine for which the moving and fixed blades have the same profile and the velocity vector diagram is symmetrical. The velocity vector diagram is symmetrical. So we can say that energy supplied to fixed blade is kinetic energy with absolute velocity VA1. Okay, so it is Newton meter per second, means m is the rate of steam flow, so m is the kg per second. Okay, and energy supplied to the moving blades, so this will have the fluctuations of energy. Okay, means blade will be rotating with the fluctuations of energy, means so maximum kinetic energy minus minimum kinetic energy. Okay, and as the blade is moving, so blade is moving with the velocity relative to the another, means as the blade is moving, so moving blades are in motion, as because the guide blades are fixed. Okay, means it is the rotation of the moving blades are dependent on fixed blades. So henceforth it is expressed in terms of the relative velocity. Okay, now this will be equals to, so half m vr2 square minus half m vr1 square. Okay, now the total input energy is the summation of these two. Okay, now so for the symmetry of velocity vector diagram, so if you see the velocity vector diagram, and I have already dictated this one, that the the VR1 means relative velocity at entrance, this one is equals to the absolute velocity at leaving of steam from the moving blade. Okay, so as the symmetry of velocity vector diagrams, as it is being written already, symmetry of velocity vector diagrams, the relative velocity at leaving is equals to the relative velocity equals to the absolute velocity at entering. Okay, means VA1 is equals to VR2. So this is very much correct as VR1 and VR2. Okay, so we will have these expressions. Okay, now so again from the velocity vector diagram, so if we write, then VR1 square equals to VA1 square plus VB square minus 2 into VB into VA1 cos alpha 1. Now this type of expressions can be established with the help of the parallelogram law. With the help of the parallelogram law in the mechanics. Okay, in the mechanics. Here VR1 is represented as the resultant of VA1 and VB. So following the parallelogram law of a resolution of forces. Okay, a resolution of forces. So we did the same expressions, or we have found the same expressions when we have studied the parallelogram law in the mechanics. Okay, so I can draw for you. It is very simple. That means if two forces, so this is one force or two vectors. So this is one vector, this is another vector. Okay, so this vector is suppose P and this vector is suppose Q. Okay, and two vectors are at an angle theta with each other. Okay, now if these forces are having a resultant, okay, and it forms a parallelogram. It forms a parallelogram, and this resultant is inclined with horizontal or with force alpha. Okay, and the value of resultant is R, which is unknown value. So R can be written in the same format or in the same expressions as like here. Okay, means R square will be equals to P square plus Q square minus 2PQ cos of the angle between the two vectors. Okay, so I think now your doubts are clear. So how these expressions can be written? Okay, now again the total energy input from this expressions, again the total energy input can be written after putting the value of VR1 over this equation. Okay, and after making LCM, the equations can be sorted out in this way. Okay, now rate of doing work is equals to M into VW, means VW1 plus VW2 into VB. Okay, and so now we need to put the value of VW1 and VW2 from the velocity triangle. Okay, from the velocity vector diagram of reaction turbine, we need to put the value of VW1 and VW2. So as we did in case of the impulse turbine. Okay, so I hope you know how to make it simpler. Okay. Now since we have evaluated already alpha 1 equals to beta 2 and VA1 equals to VR1, so rate of doing work can be written like this. Okay, now diagram efficiency can be found out in this way. So diagram efficiency means rate of doing work divided by the energy input. So we know it. Okay, now so rate of doing work means we have find out it. So few minutes here go. Okay, so 2 into VB into 2 VA1 cos alpha 1 minus VB, and energy input this value Okay, so both the m's will be cancel out. Okay, so now, so taking va1 square from the denominator, so taking va1 square from the denominator as common, so expressions will be look like this way. So taking va1 square from the denominator is common. Okay, the expressions will be vb by va1, so as it is a blade speed ratio. Okay, so we are very much familiar to this ratio. Okay, so it was found in case of the impulse turbine. Okay, so look, so 2 into rho into 2 of cos alpha 1 into rho 1 minus rho square plus 2 rho cos alpha 1. Now mark this equation as equation number 9. So this equation is very very vital. Okay, later on I am telling you why. Make it simpler, because we need to do something better for getting the maximum efficiency. Okay, now look, so add 1 and subtract 1. So what we did, so 2 into multiply this row with this one and this one, so 2 into 2 rho cos alpha minus rho square after multiplying rho with rho and adding 1 and subtracting 1. Okay, to make the equation simpler and easy to understand. Below part will be similar as before. Okay, now multiply these two with 1 and 1. Okay, and making 1 2 separate with these expressions. So expressions will be 2 into, so 1 minus rho square plus 2 rho alpha 1. So we did not multiply 2 with this, but we did 2 with this one and make it separate. Okay, so look, so this by this, okay, this expression, this one by this one, so we'll have only 2. Okay, and minus of 2 divided by this one. Okay, now the efficiency would be maximum. Efficiency would be maximum when the denominator, when this denominator means 1 minus rho square plus 2 rho alpha cos alpha 1 is maximum. Correct? When this denominator part will be maximum, so we can say efficiency will be maximum, means the minimum number will be deducted from 2. So as the value of this one will be maximum, greater, okay, means less amount will be deducted from 2 and efficiency will be more and more. Correct? So now to make it happen, so what we need to do, so now when the differential of this one with respect to rho is 0, so we can say this efficiency will be maximum. Correct? Now therefore, for maximum diagram efficiency, so we did, look, d of d rho with the bracketed part. Okay, d rho with of bracketed part. So you know how to differentiate. Okay, so we'll have this expression, rho equals to cos alpha. Okay, rho equals to cos alpha. Now in case of trying to recall your memory, in case of impulse turbine, so we got these expressions as rho equals to cos alpha by 2. Rho equals to cos alpha by 2. But over here in case of reaction turbine, this is rho equals to cos alpha. Okay, means the blade speed ratio is, in case of reaction turbine, is half of impulse turbine. Okay, so I think this one is clear to you. Okay, now substituting rho equals to cos alpha in equation 9. So mark this equation as 11. Okay, substituting the value rho equals to cos alpha in equation 9. So this is our equation. So I have told you, so why we have marked this equation as 9. So this is why we have marked in earlier. Okay. So after putting the value of rho equals to cos alpha in equation 9, so look, so our maximum diagram efficiency for 50% reaction turbine, okay, for 50% reaction turbine can be established or can be expressed in this way: 2 into cos square alpha 1 divided by 1 plus cos square alpha 1. Correct? Now corresponding to maximum diagram efficiency, the rate of work done will be equals to rate of work done means 2 into VA1 cos alpha 1 minus VB into VB. Correct? Now this rate of work done is per kg of steam. That is why M is absent. Means we have put the value of M as 1, means per kg of steam. Okay. Now what we did? So we know that VB by VA1 is rho. Correct? And again rho is equals to cos alpha 1. Correct? Now in the place of cos alpha 1 we put the value of rho, that is VB by VA1. Correct? And we will have V square B. Okay? Now these are the all about the mathematical expressions of a reaction turbine. Okay? Now many numericals may come interrelated to these expressions. Okay guys? So thank you all for listening this one.